War criminal Igor Strelkov, who is in prison in the Russian Federation for criticizing dictator Vladimir Putin, has issued a panic-stricken forecast. He expects defeats for the Russian army at the front. Similar to the flight from Kharkiv, Strelkov's letter was published by his associates. The situation in our troops is dangerously reminiscent of what took place in the fall of 2022, on the eve of our magnificent, successful redeployment from the Kharkov region. The enemy has learned a lot and has become significantly stronger in a number of parameters. But the leadership of our fronts has not changed at all. Strelkov wrote, he expects that the Ukrainian Defense Forces will show Kuzkin's mother to the Russian armed forces already in the spring to summer of 2025. In his opinion, this will happen in occupied Crimea from the sea and the air. Strelkov also noted that US President Donald Trump has not lived up to the expectations of the Kremlin and Russian Z-patriots. He expects that in the near future, the Russian authorities will begin to miss the previous US leader, Joseph Biden. Furthermore, after his property and money were seized, Russian oligarch and former head of the Rosnano Corporation, Anatoly Chubais, appealed to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russian telegram channels published information about this. The situation in Russia is getting worse. A large-scale crisis is approaching. Negotiations on the Ukrainian issue are going poorly. Sanctions are not being lifted. Who can take out the anger on this? Of course, on Chubais. Vladimir Vladimirovich, I am not offended by you personally, but if you do not get rid of several of your advisors, as well as saboteurs in the government and the Kremlin, they will destroy you and all of Russia, Chubais said. Although Chubais did not reveal the names of these individuals in his appeal, he said that they wanted to dismiss the head of the central bank, Elvira Nabiulina. It should be noted that, based on a complaint from Rosnano, Anatoly Chubais's property and money were seized in Russia.
Heavy snowfalls hit Russia's capital Moscow on Monday after record high temperatures in the first week of April reached over 16 degrees Celsius. According to Associated Press, greenery began to sprout in the gardens and the first buds appeared on the trees just days ago. Now everything is covered with a thick layer of snow brought by Cyclone Zion over the weekend. Road services are actively working to clear the snow, but the situation remains dangerous for drivers due to icy roads. A truck crashed into an underground entrance of a metro station apparently after it skidded on the snowy highway. The driver and the passenger were hospitalized. Meteorologists say that intense snowfall and low temperatures will remain in Moscow and the region for a week, with snowdrifts reaching up to 18 centimeters.
Здесь бедненькая, вот несчастненькая зеленушка, да, она только-только вылезла и, собственно говоря, тут же ее снегом укрыло. Она, видите, собирает на себя какую большую снежную шапку. Опять вот эта вот одеялка, да, получается. И вот она внизу, под вот этими листьями сухими, старыми, как раз вот молодая вот эта вот клубничная поросль.
К непогоде мы были готовы заранее. Сейчас у нас, в принципе, работы в стадии завершения. Соответственно, при усилении снегопада дополнительно выйдем, зачистим дороги и пешеходные зоны.
10 прям хорошо. Здесь тень.
Высота сугробов будет очень такая внушительная, до 15-18 сантиметров. Ночные температуры в течение всех суток недели будут отрицательные, от -2 до -7. Дневные температуры, максимальные значения в спальных районах Москвы будут около 0, -1, +1.
Crowds of people angry about the way U.S. President Donald Trump is running the country marched and rallied in scores of American cities on Saturday, in the biggest day of demonstrations yet by an opposition movement trying to regain its momentum after the shock of the Republicans' first weeks in office. According to Associated Press in Los Angeles, huge crowds marched from Pershing Square to City Hall. Protesters assailed Trump and billionaire Elon Musk's actions on government downsizing, the economy, immigration and human rights. So-called hands-off. Demonstrations were organized for more than 1,200 locations in all 50 states by more than 150 groups, including civil rights organizations, labor unions, LGBTQ+ advocates, veterans and elections activists. The rallies appeared peaceful, with no immediate reports of arrests.